Hello everybody, welcome to Mojo's Flight School, just north of Charlotte, North Carolina. Today, I'm flying the F5. This is the one with the funny little mowhawk, kind of rudder tail fin looking thing. Their answer to winglets. So I'm gonna see how good that is. This F5 that I've got is a size, let's find out. 27 meter. A 27 meter, and it does not have the school riser. So this is a reflex wing with tied in 2D steering. So I won't be able to comment too much on what the school version flies like. But if it's anything like the EZR that it's supposed to replace, then the whole upgrade the risers thing really brings the beast out when you go for the reflex design. Okay, let's talk about these risers really quick. They are funny. What a strange set of risers. Look at all this stringy stuff, right? Like, what is going on there? So we got a very long speed bar, not quite as long as the F3. By the way, this is supposed to be like a step between, you know, an entry like a Lift 2 Easy and the F3. Trims are very long and on a roller, so it's very smooth, and they're long. Wow, look at that. So we're gonna set them to neutral, right at that blue line. But those hooking points, man, those are spindly. They don't really have a hard webbing, so it's been kind of flopping all over the place for me recently. Apco also did a kind of a funny thing with the malleons. I don't even know if they're called malleons now. They're not carabiners. They're like these big metal hooks that are held in with like melted pieces of plastic. I don't know. I'm not sure what that achieves that a malleon doesn't, except maybe they don't open as easily, I guess. But whatever, that's what we got. I'm not a fan of this color. The underside is like this puke neon green, but when it kites, the top fabric is yellow and red. You really can't see it. I will give it points for being extremely bright and well contrasted against the sky and the ground, though. I like my wings to be bright colored and not blend in with scenery. I'm not interested in getting hit. Ooh, there we go. So F5, something sportier than a Lift 2 Easy R with lighter fabric. I really appreciate that. The Lift 2 Easy R, it's a good wing, but it's heavy. It's a bit of a boat on inflation. So let's throw some more cameras on this, give it a flight. These risers are a little spindly. It feels weird. Got to keep the orientation straight, so they do flop around. And the magnet for the brakes, or the magnet for the trimmers, kind of catches all the other little metal bits sometimes. Okay, brakes. Yeah, really spindly risers. That'll take some getting used to. Trim's neutral, trim's neutral. Laney's traffic, yellow, red, powered paraglider taking off. Field side 2-3, departing to the north, Laney's. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi 3, here we go. Oh, okay. Alright, so right off the bat, this is my third flight on the F5, and every single time it is trimmed out. Today it trimmed out only on the right side, but gotta figure that out. What a lovely day. This is going to be a pretty sunset. Alright, so let's start going through it here. First thing I like to check is speed. If you know me, you know being able to keep up with people is pretty high up on my list of things I like to be able to do on a paramotor. So let's go ahead and check the speed here. We've got Trimmed full slow, by the way. 15 miles an hour into the wind. This is 32, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. 38, 39. We'll call it 38. This is decent. Maneuverability-wise, this one does have 2D steering tied in. I could definitely tell, right? Like, this is pretty boaty. This is snappy. See the difference in direction I have to pull? Way down, right in. So this is factory installed, factory adjusted. Feels good. I like that. Good 2D steering. I don't know that I'd send a beginner up with that, but responsible. It's not going to spiral you out of control by a flick, you know? Okay, let's see about trimmed out speed. The trims, by the way, are pretty nice. They've got this elongated, like, pusher, like, tuck thing on the release, and they roll right out and they roll right in. It's very smooth. So now we are accelerated. 20. Okay. 20. We'll say 20 into the wind. And now tip steering. These little guys. Apco does it funny. They crunch up the wingtip. I don't know if you can see that. They like the wingtip's here, and it just goes and like balls it up. Very effective. And it's not just like a little bit of brake. It's a totally different system that like curls and balls up the wingtips. Okay, with the wind. 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 43 downwind, trimmed out. Wow. All right. Okay, and the last piece of the speed puzzle is speed bar. Now, I'm high and I've got a reserve. That's not super bumpy, but I'm prepared for collapse. So, here we go. That's a very long speed bar. Holy cow. So into the wind, 22, 23, 24. I'm drifting off course here. We'll call that 23. All right, and downwind. Very fast, I'm sure. 50, 52, 53, 54, 55, 54. We'll call it 54. Very quick. Pretty wide speed range. I'm happy with that. No Apco wing I've ever flown has ever had any problems with oscillations or diving. But they say that mowhawk, that center, whatever you call it, rudder fin, is there to keep you from diving excessively in a sharp turn and to stop oscillations. So let's try that. I'm going to start an oscillation here. It's pretty serious. Hands up. One swing. Two swings. Three swings. Four and a half. Not bad. Came out of it quick. How about that turn and descent? Oh, wow. Holy crap. Whoa! They might be onto something. Look at the angle of my wing versus the horizon. It's like 90 degrees perpendicular, even though I'm laid all the way over. That wing does not dive at all. Wow, okay. Hold on, let me do it again. even pointing it down with the more aggressive entry, it levels right out. They might be onto something here. Wow, okay. I get it. Okay, so maneuverability, speed, ease of inflation, acing it so far. One thing I don't like, at least on the layout, is how stringy all of this is. It's very floppy, none of it stays in orientation very easily. I feel like we didn't have to do all that. I don't know. Even still looking at it right here, it's like lots of ropes instead of riser webbing. And maybe that's just where the whole sport's going, to be able to get those geometries, but yeah, clipping in is kind of weird because of that. So great oscillation, doesn't nose over even if you wanted it to. I'm impressed. This is shaping up to be a really good wing. Trimmed out here compared to Warren on a Mac Charger. Looks like he might be reflex as well. I think I can see the back edge swooped up. Alright, this will be a good test. Curtis is a little heavy on his 24-meter Gin Vantage there. Let's trim neutral and see if me on a 27-meter F5 stands any chance. Howdy, Curtis, looking good. Alright, you see how it flies, let's see how it lands. Yeah, like I was saying, I really like how you can turn pretty sharp and not lose a lot of altitude. Okay, very effective flare. Wow. Yeah, I like that. Okay, time to land. So, Apco F5. My only complaints are that the trimmer design, while easier to release, means it releases itself, and the risers are kind of stringy. Other than that, in flight, no notes. Amazing wing. Where was this when I learned to fly? Holy crap. So this is with the sportier risers. They do make school risers that have trimmers, you know, that are like this long, and no speed bar. And if you've never flown, I can imagine that just by brake input turning, you are A-okay to learn to fly on that wing and then upgrade to the risers. Fantastic setup. All right, Curtis, let's see how your landing goes. Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Hey, stayed out in front of it too! Way to go, Curtis! It does not dive. That's fantastic. Wow. I can't believe that. That's so good. Woo! Greetings! Hey, Ryan! This wing rocks! Oh yeah!